So we got Black Butte Porter here from Deschutes Brewery from Bend, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fuck, sit on your distortion pedal, why don't you? Alright. We'll top up here and revitalize the head here. Alright, so we're drinking this out of a white wine glass, you know what I'm saying? This is 5.2% alcohol by volume with the best before date, and we are 11 days past that date. So Porter wasn't too worried. That's unfortunate and everything. Shit. What do you know? It was a good deal, though. It was about 8 something for this 650 bomber. I figure if it's a high quality porter, $8 for a bomber. That's not too bad in the world of bomber fucking pricing, which is per milliliter more expensive than 350 milliliter bottles generally. But they're catching up. So I did Anchor Porter just the other night. It was kind of like kind of straight down the middle, I would say. It definitely came off as a great porter. It wasn't too in the transparent kind of reddish realm. It was more in the darker end of it. But it still had enough of that transparent type flavor, you know, like the berry flavor, the fruity flavors in the finish and stuff. I thought that one was great. This one's pretty good. It definitely tastes like a porter to me, but it's I've drank the majority of this bomber already, so excuse me for a second. I'll degas and go on. It's a little bit mild. You know what I'm saying? It's not very potent in the flavorings here. We are getting that burnt, you know, the porter style malt flavor, you would say. And it's definitely, like I say, porter, because some porters I drink and they kind of just taste a bit like a stout to me, maybe a little more chocolatey or something. And those I almost don't even acknowledge as porters in my thinking, although the style is kind of vast. So, and zooming on the head here a little bit. It's a pretty decent head for a porter. It's okay. Very, very creamy. I would suggest pouring it vigorously to let this degas. This one has a bit of locked-in carbonation you might want to get rid of. Very smooth up front. Slight berry type porter flavors in through the middle. Kind of like the red fruits and stuff. You're getting like a little bit of like raspberry, even, you know. Oh, almost say strawberry, but like not quite that sour or anything. Yeah, with a nice kind of burnt grain bill in there. Slight bit of transparency to it, as you can see through the top here. A little bit through the bottom, depending on how the light's hitting it. A little bit of transparency around the edges. Smells like a porter. It's quite smooth, quite mild. This is the mildest porter I think I've ever had. It's very, very subtle, very easy drinking. It's a nice beer. It really is. I prefer them a little bit heavier in the flavor profile than this. at least by like another 25%. It is really a very subtle, mild, smooth beer. And this is like at the perfect temperature. I mean, it's been out of the fridge for at least 2 hours. So, I think that's probably where you want to drink this at. It really isn't opening up a whole lot. Like sometimes you think, well, maybe it's just a little bit cold. As it warms up more, it's not really expanding much flavor wise. It's getting a little better, but it's not getting bigger. It's pretty nice. You're picking up a little bit of a yeasty flavor on the end, a little bit of a yeasty tang. And like for me, this is not a real exciting porter. It's a very good beer. I mean, like this porter could easily triple or quadruple in flavor, and still not even be that out there for a porter. You know, but at 5.2, yeah, I think this could easily double, no problem, in amount of flavor here, and still be at 5.2 and still be not that insane of a porter. So yeah, very very mild beverage here. Yeah, crazy shit. Well, I think I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 9 because it is such a good quality beer, and just because it's mild doesn't mean that it's bad. But I'm just telling you that ahead of time, just so you know. It's a little bit boring for a porter, but the quality's there. It tastes very nice. Nothing funky going on. There's no bad flavors in the beer. So it's definitely worth picking up and picking up more than once, really. But I prefer porters a little bit, at least 2 to 3 times this insane. So it's still a great beer though. You could do a lot worse than picking up this beer. So, shot of the all their labels look pretty much like this, with just a different picture in the oval there. Yep, it's okay, Beerzerker, and I'm out. Yeah, yeah.